everyone. I'm back from movie stuff.
Whoa, it's superstar legend Finn Wolfhard!
So you heard what?
Presumably.
These film stars, they always get so arrogant.
Weren't you in the film?
I assure you I have no idea what you're talking about. Would you like a signed copy? Well, I'm off to help another family.
But will we ever see you again?
Yeah, you bought me.
Seems like it's the year of the Bumblebee. He's taking the lead role in a TV show, the headline of the latest action feature film, and suddenly everyone remembered Jerry Seinfeld. While keeping tabs on the beige cues like the headlights on the chest and head similarities, Bumblebee seems to go closer to his roots with the smaller size, more round shape, and more friendly approach, keeping the respect of the original source we love, rather than, let's give Devastator balls! Now there's not too many major robot characters in the film with the smaller cast, so they threw the mainline toys into the running studio series, a toy line featuring movie characters throughout the years. So how does CB7, NBE2, B127, Bumblebee stand out? In the studio series line, each main figure comes with a cardboard insert that can open up and become a display backdrop. In this case, Bumblebee's backdrop shows his film logo, and the artwork is that of Charlie's garage, seen first in the trailer. Bumblebee transforms into a Volkswagen Beetle, the same used in the film, but also similar to his original Generation 1 incarnation. I strongly believe this was a pretty good move on their part, trying to go back to basics over the let's just make the next film louder. The paint is pretty simple, missing some of the silver outline, but funny enough, they did paint these little lights on top, red lights on the back, and even the windshield wipers, but paint the damn Volkswagen logo! The painted yellow doesn't match the molded plastic, but hands up, who thought it would? Anyone? No one? Speaking of hands, you could totally pull off the scene where Bumblebee's grabbing the rails in car mode. The coloring doesn't bother me, although I feel like it's missing something with the sunshine of yellow. Also, the clear plastic reveals a lot of the interior kibble, but I'm not sure if I'd prefer tinted or painted windows. Would the colors clash or blend with the toy? Would a dark color disrupt its bright style? Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. Wheels roll fine and are exceptionally detailed with molded gray rims and Volkswagen logo in the center. If only the front ones didn't have these pesky gaps. Ah, shucks. Also, just like the film, you could see his little noggin poking at the bottom. It's a nice inside joke to the collectors of the toys, but is this really an obscure reference or just convenient? Weapons can attach, but some of it feels like an afterthought. Gun plugs into his poopy hole, the blade just slips onto the arm, and the mask tabs on the front. Uncomfortable to attach, but now the car has insect sensors that can pick up delicious nectar or something. If you can manage with a painful transformation and tab everything right, the resulting toy is enjoyably fun. It's about time we got a Bumblebee anyone can recognize. But is this a wreck in hiding? Robot mode! Bumblebee in robot mode, but before we dive into the weapons, sculpting, and whatnot, there's some buyer beware things I'd like to say. There was a clear tab on the back I had to shave off completely. It really wasn't doing anything except be offset from this gap it's supposed to go into. It was just pushing against everything, making it difficult. I also tried to shave down the gray tab to try to fit the backpack in as far as it would go. It really doesn't do a good job, and I'm sure I can get it in further, but it's an even bigger pain to try and get it back out. It's not worth it. If it helps, pushing the head forward can get this panel out of the way, making more room. Also, if you swing the arms down and push the wheel wells in, you'll get a little more room with it too. Even with that, I'm not happy with how they presented this. Not just the fact that you have a chunk of car hanging off the toy, but the clear plastic and forced use makes it concerning. There's already stress marks. Alright, back to my goofy self. T-pose. The mold work on Bumblebee itself is pretty fantastic. Love how they twisted the titties and composed it to flow with the toy, and I swear his intestines are made from an engine block. Nice sneakers, dude. Shooting some b-ball? I'm hip. The head sculpt is wonderful. The painted and molded yellow separating the parts is not working for it, but the design evokes the original Bay design with a more friendly twist. Also feels more retro with those head, side, vent things. Red Autobot logo, painted blue eyes, and antennas of enthusiasm are all welcome additions. May not be the original Generation 1 face, but Travis, I applaud you. Did someone say articulation? Ball jointed head, hinge, ball jointed shoulders, rotation below that I'm not going to bother with because I don't trust it. Elbow bend, waist rotation, ball jointed hips, rotation below, hinged knee, feet forward and back, and tilt. Whoa! So you can get some decent enough poses, but everything's better with weapon accessories. Bumblebee comes with an alternative battle mask, provoking a more insect-like face. Painted blue eyes are nice, but it certainly needs more paint to actually stand out rather than become a yellow blob. Alternatively, you can leave both the faces off and not sleep for a week. You could strip him of an arm and replace it with a cannon. It feels oddly small, but I believe that's the point. Didn't think a cannon would be cute, but looky here. Only plugs into one arm with the black attachment, but we won't leave the other one in the dust. He also comes with a blade that attaches to the side of the arm. This is probably the most enjoyable accessory out of them. Just slashing this around after watching 80s ninja films. The silver highlights the detail, but I love how it flows with the arm. You could also attach this to the cannon and have a battle-ready arm. Now you can reenact the scene where Bumblebee's taken on. I'm not opening that can of worms. If you have no use for these, there is weapon storage, but I'm gonna warn you, it's lame. The sword and gun just slap onto the tabs, but I feel like they could have done something different. If you got both of them, they just sort of stick out. You could try to plug the arm in, but mine seems to pop off. The unused face can be added to the window wing, but what is this? No. No! Or there's another thing you could do. Throw it away.
Yo, I don't do this normally, but how is the sow?
Yeah, he's smaller than the average Deluxe, even in the Studio Series toy line, but I think it works considering originally he was a mini-bot, and in this film, he seems shorter than his previous movie incarnation. This begs the question, is Studio Series Bumblebee movie Bumblebee, yes, I had to say that specifically, worth getting? To put it to you this way, the robot mode is pretty fun, and the alt mode is also pretty fun. It's the in-between that gets in the way. The mode's issues can be looked past, but the transformation consequences seem to take a toll on the figure to where it's just not as fun as I hope. There's a few stress marks on the windows as is, and doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of this toy? This isn't a hero masher or a statue with a brand of Transformers. This is sold as a Transformers toy with the purpose of a working transformation, and it's just not fun in that fact, and hard to bear. If you don't care about that, I'd say Bumblebee's a good piece, but maybe get an Energon Igniter to make up for the car. Also, door wings? Who cares? And here's hoping for good things with the film. Just don't be the previous movie. Stay far away from that.